पहली नज़म है, it's called Allah Miyagi, और usually when we discuss English poetry or when we read English poetry, तो हमें हमेशा एक shallowness नज़र आती है. हम उसके साथ उस तरह associate नहीं कर पाते जिस तरह हम पंजाबी के साथ associate कर पाते हैं, for that matter. So this poem was just an attempt to bridge that distance. Allah Miyagi. I remember falling in love with you. It was during my final years at school, when my Urdu teachers, who thought we were too young for love, branded every ghazal and nazm a hamd. So every lover's longing for the beloved in my worn-out Urdu textbook was described as man's urge to reconnect with his creator. Your omniscient being in those classes became more tangible and approachable. The God I was taught to be afraid of in the mosque became more lovely and beautiful. I learned to speak with you more than 5 times a day. Your overwhelming omniscience, blared about in pamphlets and speakers, became a friend, always at my side. I imagined you smiling at my banter. I knew you heard me. I felt special when I thought how for one moment, when you must have created me, your infinite being thought of me, when I, with all my flaws, was the fayakun to your kun. Was it wrong to fall in love with you while misinterpreting Ghalib and Mead's verses? I don't think so. I'm sure you planned it this way, to keep things interesting. After all, I too am your beloved, my beloved. And let's not forget, you may be the awwal and the akhir, the beginning and the end, but it is I who dances in between. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm going to move on to the Naat now. So it's called Peace Be Upon Him, My Beloved Ya Rasulullah. Peace be upon you, my beloved Ya Rasulullah. I crumble like soft earth when I think of meeting you, Ya Rasulullah. I won't be able to walk into your city. I'll wait outside, wishing I was its dust, to be walked upon and dusted off. And if I come, let me come in the darkness of the night. Let me enter barefoot with unkempt hair. Let my eyes be lowered and my back bowed. Let my clothes be tattered with no pockets. Let me stumble 1,000 times. Let my hands be wide and empty. Let there be no wings on my shoulders. And if I bring dreams, let them sleep. Let me not see the shine of the minarets or the dark green hue of the dome. Let me not dream about you in your city. Let me not wonder how I am your beloved. Let me not think you rest in this city and I'm this close to you. Let me be the size of a mote when I'm presented before you. Let me not feel your dark, warm eyes on me and wonder how they have seen him. Let me not find myself still breathing when I meet you, Ya Rasulullah. Thank you. So this poem is titled Halfway Across the World. This is, about Lahore. Halfway across the world, away from home, a sudden gust of heat spewed from a malfunctioned vent reminds me of Lahore. A city strewn with wormholes where time stopped to wed the old with the new and the sacred with the wild. A city of travelers, wanderers, and unsettled dust. Of peddlers and beggars not letting it sleep. of the summer sun kept at bay by tall, gin-possessed trees standing sentinel on the mall, of misty mornings rising from the muddy waters of its shallow canal. Lahore was magic and music, prayer calls and bazaars, stray dogs and early mornings, old buildings and purple evenings. Lahore was too much and everywhere. No roll of string or trail of crumbs or wings or sleep could bring you out of it. Its streets would sing and bend around to gently draw you back in its folds of spices, heat, and cool breezy nights. Lahore's memory would wing back in the traffic lights shimmering in the potholes of foreign streets. Lahore's whiff would catch you off guard as you ruffled through ochre dog-eared pages in foreign libraries. Lahore was a city you never woke from. An Atlantis still alive, a Shangri-La where people happily died. It was not a patch of paradise. Lahore was bricks and mostly unsettled dust. Verdant and overflowing, its gardens veiled lovers and mystics. Its tea shops kept brewing chai and companionships. Its bazaars overflowed with vibrant colors, floral designs, and chimed with bangles delicate as letters. Lahore was a poem with no refrain, or rhyme, or couplet, a painting beyond the canvas. Lahore was 1,001 nights which the author forgot to close. It kept going and growing in its own languid pace. Inside my gut, up my spine, across my skin, planting an unsettled dust speck in my brain, which I'm afraid would be the only part of the city left when I return. Thank you. And just one more. So this poem I wrote for my wife. So I was in San Francisco and she was in Lahore. And this poem sort of discusses the dynamics of a long distance relationship, and especially if you have a 12-hour difference in between. So it's called To Lahore from San Francisco. Last night, I talked to you after fixing myself dinner and waiting for the Pacific Ocean next to my house to go quiet. You were waking up in your father's home halfway across the world in Lahore with the South Asian summer sun pushing itself against your curtains and the open windows cooling the early morning warmth off of your skin. You won't believe me, but you look beautiful in the morning, warm and humid like a beginning, a glowing chaos, a pulsating mess, a tongueless flame. Your eyes take in the sun like a baby's palate figuring out baby food, and you stretch your arms like the first net thrown out by a fisherman. I call you when I wake up in the morning and ask if you're done with dinner and the dishes. Some days you are, and on days you're not, we talk while the dishes clink in the background. I hear the water running and find myself thinking about your fingers curling around slippery cusps of teacups, the unfurling prowl of your rolled up sleeves coming down to drink from your wet wrists. And when you finally lay down, your sleep-laden voice rolls words around like the San Franciscan mist seeping in from the Pacific, cradling the city from the sun and not letting it decide the weather for the day. You go to sleep, reminding me for the 100th time my voice should read poetry in late-night radio shows. We dream the same dream. We see ourselves stranded on the either side of a seesaw, the day and night orbiting around us, the ocean, the big blue heart of the world beating between ours, and the continents with their plains and mountain ranges stretching the distance between us. I had hoped sharing the same hemisphere would have brought the same seasons, but you're in Lahore, sleeping with the windows open, and I'm in San Francisco wearing a jacket in July. Thank you.